So you might be a solitary witch, or you just don't have any friends who are witches, but you still want to do witchy things with your friends, but you have no ideas. So today in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you lots of different things you can do with your friends that you can make witchy or are witchy within themselves. They are lots of different varied ideas, so if you have friends who are against witchcraft, they may be very religious, or they just don't understand witchcraft and they don't want to do anything that remotely seems like witchcraft, or you haven't come out of the broom closet, then there are things that you can secretly know are witchy and you can do them with your friends, and you can spend time with your friends because it's really important to spend time with your friends to build a good friendship. So let's get into the ideas. The first thing you could do is go on a lovely nature walk with your friend. You could connect to the surroundings whilst also catching up with them, and this is a really nice thing to do in the warmer months. Right now it is raining and I'm really cold. I should have put a coat on.
Yes.
You could also watch a witchy TV show or movie, because then you can feel connected to your craft but also do something fun with your friends which isn't too high energy, too witchy. So you could do it in the evening if you're finding it hard to find time to meet up with your friends because you're all really tired and busy. It's nice to just sit and watch a film together. I'm watching Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I've been trying to watch for the last 4, maybe 5 years. 4 or 5 years, oh my god. I find it a bit heavy going, that's why.
It's a test of mental and actual dexterity.
Especially if you live with your friends and they're non-witchy, you could do some spring cleaning together. Even if they don't live with you, you could just do this together. It might be fun. And you could put in some cleansing energy, and you'll feel so much uplifted afterwards. You can organise your jewellery, you can organise your bookshelf. There's so many different things you could clean. I have a little series where I do spring cleaning if you need some inspiration or some motivation. So it's a fun thing to do with friends, but it depends which friends. Some friends may think it's really boring and like you're making them clean your house for you for free. So depends, but you could try. One of my favourite ideas is to make food infused with magic in them for your friends. So maybe they're having a bad day, you can make them some cookies to cheer them up, and you could infuse lots of witchcraft into it. Similarly, if you are celebrating a Sabbath, something that I've done with my friends in the past is make a loaf of bread to celebrate the Sabbath, and then I've shared the bread with my friends. That helps them to celebrate the Sabbath as well, even though they're not pagan like I am. You can also bake with your friends. This is a lovely activity you can do. You could do a witchy recipe without them even knowing, and you could get to spend time with them at the same time. You could always light a candle in remembrance of someone, or light one for a deity and not tell anyone. So if you're having a dinner party with your friends, you could light a candle in honour of the deity. You could invite them to the dinner party without anyone even knowing. There's so many things you could do with art magic. You could paint something and put a load of sigils on the back. You could make some art for your friend to cheer them up and infuse witchcraft into it. You could paint pebbles and leave them somewhere. You could do embroidery and put different like totem animals in it. You could upcycle clothing together that you might be making for a specific ritual or intention, or for glamour magic. You could go thrifting with your friends and find some new witchy clothing that you like. So many different things you can do with art magic. A really sweet little wholesome thing you could do at certain times of year, such as Samhain or New Year's Eve, is share your goals and ambitions for the new year. This is a really lovely thing to do to set intentions of the year ahead, and it's witchy because as witches we love setting intentions before we do certain things. You could go to a yoga class with your friend. Maybe they go to yoga regularly, or maybe they've never been before. This is a really nice witchy thing that you can do to connect with yourself, and it'll make both of you feel really happy and really good afterwards. You could also do glamour magic on your friends. You could do each other's makeup, and then when you do your friend's makeup, then you could infuse glamour magic into it. You could make sure when you're applying the makeup that you imagine them being confident with this makeup look. But if you do any more extreme types of magic on your friends, make sure you ask for their consent beforehand. Don't do any witchery without anyone's consent. It's one of the biggest rules, unless someone is sick. But ethically, that's what I believe. You may believe different, but it's important to remember that. You could also have a feast to celebrate the harvest. This is really, really sweet idea because you could turn it into like a nice little dinner party. So you could have lots of things that are in season. You could have everybody bring something that they've made, and you could infuse magic into the dish that you have made. You could make moon water, and that could be what everybody drinks. Or you could, if you drink alcohol, or if you drink like more exciting drinks like lemonade's probably not that exciting, but instead of water you could infuse other drinks with moonlight, and then you could have that at the party. You could go berry picking with your friends. This is another seasonal thing, so it would depend on the time of year, but that's a really lovely thing to do to feel connected with nature. And then you could make something with the food that you have afterwards. You could also say a little prayer to yourself, to the earth, when you're doing something like this, but also spend time with your friends at the same time. You could drink tea together. You could just make it at home, and then you could just sit and enjoy the tea. You can maybe even do some tasseography if they are interested. Some people may not be interested in doing that, or some people might just want to do it for a laugh, which would be funny. So you read your tea leaves. So if you have loose leaf tea, then you look in your cup at the end and try and see if you can see any symbols or patterns, and you could always drink it and then think about what you want it to show afterwards. So you might ask, can this tea tell me about the future of my love life, or can this tea please tell me about my career, stuff like that. Or you could go out somewhere and have tea together. This is a really lovely thing you can do, because it feels a little bit more special. If you can afford it, you could go and just have some green tea at a nice cute little cafe. You could also pair this with going for a nature walk. Like when I go and see my friend, we try and go to a cafe and do a nature walk. So we go and walk around the lake, and then we go and have a warm drink afterwards in the cafe. So that's a lovely idea you could do with your friends. You could also do something creative like make perfume together. As you can see in the background, I have all my unused perfume supply. I can never do this on camera. Perfume supplies over there, which I have not used yet, but I really want to make perfume. You could get a perfume making kit to make it easier, or if you have the essential oils and the carrier oils and all the things that you need to do and you actually know how to make perfume, unlike me, because I still don't know how to make it safely, then you could put different intentions into your perfume. You could do a little challenge where you make a scent for your friend and your friend makes a scent for you. You could do it in a big group. You could do a competition, who can make the nicest smelling perfume, or you could make different perfumes based on the elements if you wanted to do something a little bit more themed with your friends, and that's kind of a little bit witchy but not too witchy for people who don't like witchy stuff. You could do Ouija board stuff as a joke. This would be a really funny idea, but just be careful. You might want to put in some form of protection magic in some way, because you don't want to conjure anything that you don't know how to get rid of. I don't know anything about spirit work, so that's just a joke point, but that could be something you do with your friends. I don't know if I advise that, it's just something I threw in for fun. You could go and feed lambs for in bulk. You could go and look at the little baby lambs around like after in bulk time when it's lambing season. This is such a cute idea. I can't believe I didn't remember writing this, but that is such a cute idea. Or you could just go and look at all the little baby lambs in the fields. and feel connected to that time of year whilst you're with your friends. You could pick flowers together, but be careful with this one because if you're gonna go out and pick flowers, there's lots that are protected that you can't pick. But if you pick ones from your garden or you pick daisies, you could press them or you can make daisy chains, and this is really fun and witchy. Or you could go to a flower arranging class or just do flower arranging at home, and you could even make the flowers for a certain intention, or you could gift it to someone, you could give it as an offering to a deity, so you don't have to just make the flowers for yourself, you could do it for someone else. Some friends are okay with this, but some friends aren't. But you could do tarot reading, you could read their tarot cards, you could get them to read your tarot cards if you wanted to. You could go crystal shopping with your friend or friends, because I find that a lot of non-witchy, non-spiritual people still love crystals because they think they're really pretty, they're really nice as like home decor and just something to keep that's nice. You could also turn this into like a game or a challenge or something. You could pick a crystal for your friend and then they could pick one for you, and this is also a great opportunity if you've got any workings coming up to buy crystals that you need for that working. You could do a witchy photo shoot, you could theme it around a deity, you could take pictures of your friends, they could take pictures of you, you could just go out on a walk and take lots of pictures. This is a really, really nice idea that isn't too witchy and it isn't too creative if you don't feel like you're that much of a creative person. And it's quite accessible because you can take pictures on your phone. And the final idea is to have a little witchy bonfire. You could sing songs around the campfire, and you could also use it to do workings if you want to. So that is a really cute idea. You could also go camping after the campfire. It could be like mixed with that, so you could spend time with your friends and do witchy stuff at the same time. So that is it for the video. I really hope that you found something that you can do with your non-witchy friends that is kind of witchy and fun. If you have any ideas of things that you like to do with your non-witchy friends, please leave it in the comments down below. If you have non-witchy friends and you feel alone, it is really hard, but hopefully with some of these ideas you can feel less alone, and there are ways to make witchy friends, which is a video that I would love to make soon. If you'd love an online witchy community, you can join this community. We are a growing witchy, pagan, spiritual community here on YouTube. Everyone is really nice, so yes, if you want some online friends, you can join my community by subscribing and commenting on my videos. So yeah, I hope this video was fun and I hope to see you guys all soon. Bye!